Start recording, go live. Good morning. Oh dear. Not a good start. When I'm clicking the buttons here, right, I have to do start streaming, start recording, right? And I say it out loud, so I have a routine. And I go, so the first thing I've said to myself in the last hour is, start screaming. Start screaming. Good morning. Come on in. I promise I won't scream. Oh, here we go. Good morning, good morning. Hello, Karen. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Sheila. Good to have your company. Paul's in the building with you this morning. And I'm just started screaming, streaming. Here we go. I have got such a stonking headache. I don't know what is going on. Be all right. I just need to find a stirrer. Oh, yeah, another use for a pencil. Sound is good, no screaming. Cool, Paul. Right. Let that dissolve properly and then we'll hit it hard. Right. Cool, today is Friday. TGIF. I say this every Friday. It's been quite the week at Clarity. We're peddling like lunatics trying to get these sale orders out. Bear with us. Please be patient. It'll be fine. They'll get there. They'll get there. Honest, Gov. When have we ever let you down? We always send it out. It just takes as long as it takes. Did you get a 5-page order, 5 pages, or 5 1-page orders for the same person? Guess what? It takes nearly all day. And the chances of having all that in stock are like 0. So we're making. It's all right. It's all cool. I spoke to my brother this morning. He was in at 4 o'clock this morning, making those plates from yesterday, the new grid plates that Josie and I rustled up. Yeah, well done, Josie, I say. Crikey, that went berserk. So Steve was in at 4 o'clock this morning making them. God, that's vile, isn't it? Right, knock it back, Barbara. Good, that should hit the spot. I do like a solpadine. Right. Cup of tea. And then we'll get a doodling. Come on in. Good morning. Welcome to the SHAC. Safe, happy and creative. Stay home and craft. And guess what? I've been waiting a long time to say this. 180. Yes, it is. 180 hours today. 180. Go on, you say it as well. That's 180 hours that we've been hanging out together, doodling and keeping each other company and safe. Wow. W-O-W. Go on, say it together. 180. For those of you who aren't familiar with that expression, 180, it's from darts. Okay, darts, the game, when you throw darts at a dartboard. Yeah, and on the dartboard, just in case you're not familiar with it, the dartboard's got like little sections, like a cheesecake, all relating to food, and the top one is 20, and then around there you'll see there's a little section around the outside that's double. So if you and then there's another section before you get to the bullseye. There's another little ring that's treble. So when you watch the good players play, right, what happens is because you're playing 501. Maybe you don't know the rules to. I only know it because my brother was a very good darts player, still is. I've never known anyone count backwards so fast as Steve. Because what happens is you start with 501. That's the game that they usually play in the pubs. So you start with 501. And then what you've got to do is work your way backwards. Right? So you want to chop away at the score. You know, if you go 3, 4, 5, that's pathetic. You'll be there all night. So what you want is to be on Steve's team, because he'll hone in straight away on that treble 20, and it will go 60, 120, and then 180, and it's like the strongbow ad, boom, 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 and it all goes into this tiny little area. Yeah, misspent youth, I think we'd call that. So that's where 180 comes from, just in case you were wondering. And it was always amazing playing with Steve when, you know, or watching Steve play, right? Because, like I say, I have never known anybody that could count backwards so fast. And the other thing is, of course, it's fine when you're in the 500 and the 400 and the 300 region, and you're mediocre like me, because you can subtract 20 and 19 and count backwards, right? But when you're playing, when you get down into like the 70 or 80 or 90 region, then you've got to, because you've got to finish on 0. If you go beyond 0, it's void, right? Duff. So you want to be on Steve's team, because then he would tell you, like, you'd get down to, I don't know, 38, let's just say, and he'd say double 19. And then you'd try and hit double 19, and then you'd miss it, and then he'd tell you what else, the alternative, how to get down and always get to 0. And it took me longer to find the numbers on the board than it did to tell. He'd be like, come on, hurry up. You know, it took me longer to find the numbers on the board than it did for him to compute in his head what you needed to try for. It's clever, really, very clever. So yeah, he always wanted to be on his team. Anyway, that's that. That's why 180 hours in the SHAC is very special to me, because it reminds me of my brother too. Now, let's have a look. What did we do? Are you ready to start? Come on, let's get started. We did a really nice colouring session on Wednesday, didn't we? That's lovely. Actually, I could put it there without spilling it. Oh, dear. Right, so what we did was, we did this little girl, didn't we? Did you do the dog? Did you finish the dog? I used beige. I shouldn't call it beige. It's warm grey too. I used that one. Then I used, actually, I went to black. I did black, and I used brown as well. There you go. Those are the 3 I used to do the dog. Came out nice. Let me get the right glasses on. So warm grey 2, black, and burnt sienna. But I thought it came out quite nice. And then the other thing I did was I put little white dots on her dress, just as I said I would. Let's have a look up close. Let her focus. Focus. There you go. Best way to get those is with a white Posca pen. Okay, just straight on. Works a treat on black or any colour. Yeah. So the white Posca pen is a charm. Works like a dream on all surfaces. These used to be graffiti pens. They're paint pens. Very, very good. Okay. You get them fat, you can get them thin. Paul will give you the link. Which reminds me, Paul is in the building with you today, and he will be able to answer any questions that you've got, or help you find anything, accept your order. Don't ask. It's there, okay? It's in hand. It's in hand. So today, I hope you like what we're going to do today. Don't worry about the orders, they'll get there. Just give them a chance. Right, today, you know the poppets that we're using. Where's my little filing system here, my clever little filing system? Right, for those of you who are just surfing the net and you've come across this mad bird who can't decide whether to colour in or play darts, 180. These are the postcards that we're using. We print them ourselves. Now, if we go to the flower ones, we've got Flowers, Christmas and Whimsy. We're using the flower ones at the moment. And what we've always, with these, look, you always get 2 sizes. These are Marina Fedotova's artwork. We've licensed it, so we're allowed to use them, and you're allowed to use them to sell as well in small, reasonable quantities. Right, so we have that in writing. Isn't that nice, see? So what we did on Wednesday, we coloured her in with polychromos or pergoliners, colouring pencils. And the idea is that each set has 6 different designs, but each design comes in 2 sizes. And my thinking behind that was that you'd have the smaller one, but then you could doodle in the background. So I thought that that'd be brilliant for us in the shack. 180, because it combines, doesn't it? See, it combines the colouring, because the bird postcards that we use are very, very intricate. You really hone your colouring skills on those. Whereas these, they're just lovely, innocent pictures, really, aren't they? So we've done that one. This is the one we're working on now. Have you got it in front of you? Have you got the little one with you? Right? And then this is what we're going to do today. Right? So believe it or not, that little girl there, with a little bit of doodling in the background, over the hills and far away. Yeah? Isn't that pretty? And it looks like it's Marina's drawn it herself, but it wasn't. It was Barbie. Right, see? So that's what we're going to do today. It's real sketchy. Because when you look at Marina's work, it is sketchy. It's very lightly drawn, and what we're going to use to do that is 2 things. One, we're going to use pencil to doodle it in first. Right? Well, we need a pencil. So then you need a rubber, an eraser. So let's have a look. We're going to need a pencil. I'm going to go with a bog standard HB because they're easy to rub out. Which one's that? Yeah, or you could use a fine one, just a really light line. You don't need to press too hard. I'm going to press a little bit harder than I would, only so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay. And then what we're going to do is take our micron pens. Okay. Now somewhere, let me have a little look here in my little SHAC shop. Here we go. Look, the Bridge to Art. So you've got these micron pens of various sizes. These are super cool. And these come out quite fast because we don't have to make them. Right. Okay. The number 1 and the number 005, the 2 thinnest ones, are the ones I'm going to use. And you need a scrap of paper, like a bit of copy paper, just to get your eye in on the flowers. You ready for this? So that's all you need, really. Pencil, rubber, micron pens. That's it. Sorted. You see, I was thinking, because when I finished it, I thought, do I want to add colour? And then I thought, if I did want to add colour, I wouldn't want to colour it in full blown again, like the picture there. I would take one colour, like the baby blue. You know, the light blue. This is why I'm waving it around. Sky blue it's called. It's in that set of 12 that I'm always banging on about. You know, I would take one colour, maybe the blue or a green or a yellow and then I would just add highlights, like a blush. That's a nice word, isn't it? Like a little blush of colour over the picture. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see, because you're going to add your blush over the weekend. It'd be lovely to see your artwork, your doodles on Clarity Worldwide. So we better get started. Right, come on. Okay, so the first place you want to start, let me explain. First of all, you need your pencil. The place you want to begin is it here. This is the area that we're going to start with, this bit here. It doesn't have to go fast when you get going. Have a look up close so you know what I'm up to, and then you'll see that it's not that difficult, and it's not that perfect. It really is sketchy. Have a look around the little girl and have a look at the flowers. Let's have a look here. See these flowers? There, these ones, right? All I've done is taken those flowers, I've counted the petals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I've gone for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. The exercise in this corner is drawing those little flowers loads of different times with 5 petals. Okay, let's have a look. Don't worry about the backgrounds and the grasses and all that. Sort that out afterwards. So clearly, if this was a stamp, you'd be putting the one at the front in first and then working backwards, wouldn't you? It's no different. So let's try it, shall we? I would suggest that you try a flower, a 5-petal flower over here first because they're pointed, right? So let's have a go. 1, right, so you're going to go 5 petals, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is not as easy. This is, to me, this was the hardest bit. But what I found, right, can you see this all right? Look. So then you can, when you pen it, then you can go in harder if you choose to. But it doesn't matter if it's sketchy because all of these are sketchy. Have a look at the ones in the middle. They're not perfect either. So this is what we're going to try and do. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 in the middle. Okay, that's about the size of it. Those are the flowers. And then do it really lightly. You don't have to press too hard because you're going to go, you can see it. That's the main thing. And then you're going to go over it in pen afterwards. Okay, so biggest one in the corner. Let's start with one in the corner and then we'll go from there. Yeah, right. So find your center wherever you want it to be. And then we're just going to go like, this is quite a big one now. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll do. Right. So that's a start. Okay. You can always go back and tart it up afterwards. Right. Now, clear a space because now you're going into mass production. Once you've got your basic shape right and you've got it down, right, that'll do. I'm doing it deliberately quite dark so that you can see what I'm doing, you know? Don't do it as dark as I am. Right, now that's a big one, bigger than I need. Right, now let's go again. But this time, let's change. Right, so we're going to go 1, 2. So we're putting this one behind, see? 3, 4. You turn your paper, you'll find it helps a lot. Turn your paper. Right, I've got some big flowers going here. Maybe not so big, Gray. Go get smaller. Right, here's an exercise in scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks a bit long. Right, then we'll go again. So now it's a question of just turning till you're happy. You'll get better as you keep doing it. But I did find I needed to count. Suddenly I had 6 petals. I mean, if you got 6 petals, it doesn't matter. I just wanted them all to be the same as these little fellas here. Right, let's do a little let's do a couple of little ones now. Right, we've done some big ones. Now let's do a couple of little ones. Right, nice. Go again. Just add it again. Cool. Okay. Not bad. Do another little one up here. Here we go. There, see? How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that'll do. Yeah. See, you could do little ones down here, but let's get the main frame in first. I maybe do another one here. See, the bigger they are, the less you've got to do, to be fair. 1, 2, 3, off the page. 4. Bit dodgy. 5. That's all right, though. There you go. Can't all be the same, can they? Just get your shape in, put a little centre in, sorted. Another one down here. Come on, keep going, because in a minute you won't know where the picture started and where this is the point. Look, if you look here, you can't tell where this started and this finished. And that's what we're going for. It won't take long. Look, it's only 1:15. Tell you what, while I have a sip of tea, why don't you have a look at what I've already done? There you go. See how the flowers are getting smaller as they travel towards the little girl and the dog? Because when you actually look at the... compare that with... It's like spot the difference. We were talking about that the other day, weren't we? Look. So have a look. See where it stops? Yeah, you can see now, can't you? Where it starts and where it stops. So that's what we're trying to do now, is by the time we get into the little girl, the size of our flowers is almost the same as the ones that are behind her. There you go. Doesn't take long once you get going. So now these need to start getting a bit smaller, don't they? Yeah, I'm going to put a little tiny one in here. Look, rinky dink. I'll put a bigger one here. I mean, it's all they're all different. That'll do. Now they're getting smaller and smaller. Put a little dinky one in there. I enjoyed putting this together for you on the bus. A little tiny one now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll do. Okay. Friday. What we got going on? Oh, yes. Well, let me see. At 12 o'clock, I think it's just after we finish here. There'll be a digi download, won't there? Remember? A little circle. Got to concentrate a bit. So lovely Hazel, she will have done another groovy download for you to get your teeth into this weekend, if you fancy it. That'd be nice. And then at 3 o'clock, oh yeah, that's right. I've got to leap into action when we're finished here, because I've got to put the back up. We're going to a show. Do you remember Moment of Clarity at 3 o'clock? And old Muggins here, because everybody's so busy filling orders. I've got to set the stand up on my own. So say goodbye to your fingernails, Gray. That grid wall is savage. Never mind. So at 3 o'clock, we've got a Moment of Clarity, and we're going to all pop off to Holland, the Netherlands, Nederland, 28 punten. Do you know, that's the only thing I can say in Dutch. It was from the Eurovision Song Contest years ago. Because I speak German, I said to my mum, I speak Dutch as well. The Dutch just got 28 points. Because in German, 28 is 28. And then the Dutch person sang their song, and they said, Nederland, 28 punten. And I thought, I know what that says. That's 28 points. They didn't win anyway. No, they didn't win. I think the whole Eurovision Song Contest kind of went down the toilet, really, didn't it? It got too political, I thought. Come on, which one do you remember? Which? I'm not going to... Oh, well, I'm going to start singing in a minute. Right, let's have a look. 1, 2, what else we got? Another little tiny one up here would be nice. Make it a bit smaller because it's getting a bit further away now. Yeah, agreed? Do a little one up here. What about that? I'll be your Jack in the Box. Da, 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 da. That was one of them, wasn't it? What about those were the days, my friend? That was Mary Hopkins. Did they win, these girls? Or did we just get plied with the song for months on top of the Pops? There you go. This looks quite good. I think I might put another little one just for a bit of balance. How about another one off the page here, a smaller one? Hey? Make the petals go in a different direction, Gray. They all look like little soldiers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can always add more. We can always come back, can't we? Just get the old What else we got? Oh yeah, okay. So on your postcard, you've also got these little butterflies. See the little butterflies that Marina's drawn? Look, there's one there and one there. This is one of mine. This is one of mine up here. Right, let's try them. Easy. Do you want to try it on a bit of scrap first? So take one of Marina's, and it's just a sketch like that. It goes like that, like that, like that, like that. A little bit of a body and 2 antennae. Do you know what? I reckon we could cope with this. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you break it down, when you deem it, how is it that this is such exquisite artwork, right? Such exquisite artwork, and yet when you actually draw it, it's not so hard, is it? Well, these bits aren't. She's a bit more of a challenge, but isn't it interesting? There you go. Right, I know how to do them now. So I'm going to put one up here. Just copy the one of hers. If I copy mine, generation on generation of copy, it's going to go wrong. Right, that'll do. Bit of body. Aerials, as they called them on telly recently. Antenna. Right, now the other thing is, so we've got those, now we've got to get the grasses in. Right, you cool? Grasses next. So grasses, look, all I've done is just gone, well, I started at the top and worked my way down, actually. I found that easier, okay? So, because this is the bit that you see. So, for example, try not to spit at your artwork, right? Right, up we go, and then we come down like this. Oh, look, Mary Hopkins, 1970, Eurovision, lost to Dana with All Kinds of Everything. All Kinds of Everything. Now, why don't I know that? All kinds of... Remind me of you. I remember the words, I just don't remember the song. Was she Irish, Dana? Ah, oh, yes. There you go. So you just keep following your grasses, so to speak, right? You can make a little twist at the top. Look, and you can just make a grass like that. You can twist it, bring it down. You can go in front of the flower if you feel inclined, like that. I wouldn't. I think it looks better behind the flower. Okay. And then the flowers themselves, they've got to have stalks as well. So you better give them a couple of stalks. There's one, like that. I think the point I'm trying to make here, oh, that's a good one. Oh, yeah. It's not that, look, there's another one. There's one. Could do a little grass. I think I need one this way, like that. Yeah, with a little, yeah, this is going to be nice for colouring in. Yeah, you can twist it. This is going to be a bit thin. That would be a bit wispy, wouldn't it? That wouldn't last 2 minutes. Right, and then we've got the little ones with their stalks. Hey, look. Is that working? Is this working for you? Come on, let's get in a bit tighter. There. How's that? Easy. Right, so we'll do that. That's the next step. One thing at a time. So we've done that. Now, I think we need to put the frame in. Okay? Bring it in a little bit. So, the frame. What we're going to do is practice on a bit of paper. What we'll do is, you're going to come down, right? So you just pretend this is your box that you're framing, right? And you're going to come down, and as you come down, you just swing around and you make loops and you go like that. That's all you do. Just let go. Don't get too caught up in it. You're going to go around once like that, right? And you can swing it and make little loop-de-loops like so. Then what we'll do is we'll go back over the same area, but this time, so you'll go into the same place like that, and then you'll overlap, and then maybe you'll make a swirl like that, right? And then you'll come back, so then we'll go to this one, then maybe we'll come out like that and over, and then make a swirl like that. And you're just making, what you're doing is making little colouring opportunities. So if I was going to do a blush of blue, see, I've got my, I could even put a little blush in there. See some, yeah? It's like ribbon. Yeah, we've done this before. See? That'd be quite nice. Just a little flash of blue through there. There, see? So that's what we're doing, is these overlaps. Don't get hung up on it. I think the whole thing about today, right, is to just relax and doodle in the true sense of the word. Yeah, because when you look at Marina's artwork, it's exquisite illustration, and yet when you actually study Marina's artwork, you'll realize she just has a really confident, I won't say scribble because that would be disrespectful, but you understand it's so sketchy, but there's an element of confidence. Really, you can feel it when you look at her artwork. It's just so, especially when we ink it, and you'll see it's almost like you've got to go fast to get that pressure change on the pen. So let's take let's start at the bottom. I think we'll start at the bottom and we'll go that way, then we'll go that way, and then back down again. Right, so we'll start here. So I'm going to pull, and I'm about 1/2 inch in, okay? So we'll see where her feet are. Look, just about straight down the middle here. Don't worry about those bits. So I'm not even going to look at what I did before, because that way I find it hard. There, so that's that one. That wasn't too hard. Right, and then I'm going to go that way. So I'm going to pull maybe come over to this. That's a bit, I don't want to go that far. I want to come over this way a bit. So I'm going to come in a little bit. So let me see. I'm going to come round here. Right, here we go. So that'll do. Don't get caught up in it, great. Don't overthink it. See, just keep going like that. That'll do. And then back down the other side, round we go. Don't overthink it. Sorted. And then we can come through here, we can do a little loop-de-loop, boom. And somewhere in there, in that jungle of flowers, is the rest of it. Now, we've done that. Now we're going to go back the other way. This time we'll think and we'll go a bit more slowly. So I'm going to come around. You can air draw. You know what we always talk about, air drawing? Air drawing. Dana was only 18. Paul, how do you know all these things? Right, so I want to put a heart in there. So I'm going to come along. Let's just have a look. So I'm going to come along here, and then I'm going to start way. Okay, there you go. And then round we go. Just another little loop-de-loop. Nice, that'll do. And then here I'm going to go out and over and circle, and then here I can curl across like that. That might be a bit dodgy, that looks a bit weird, but that's okay, it doesn't matter. I'll make a loop there and come back round. Sorted. Yeah, you see, don't overthink it. And then we'll come down this one again. I'm going to make a loop there, and then I'm going to come through there like that. Nice. Right, here we go. Well, hey, Barbara, where'd you go there? Blimey, Barbara, those pills are working. I'll have to change that one. The bus just went straight off, up a one-way street. Okay, go again. Right, that one went a little bit woo-ah, so I think I'll come down like that. Let's slow it down a bit here, Barbara. Got loads of so we're going to come down like that, slow it down, grey. That's better. Okay, and then I think this one I'm going to come okay, down we go, and then round here. Right, that'll do, don't overcook it. So we've done our border. Nice. Shall we have a look? Cool. Now come the hills, okay? So we'll start with the bottom one, and it goes from the side, and it just got a gentle slope going up, okay? So let's say what you're doing is going up on her hips. So let's call it the hips, the hip line, right? So you come in from here, yeah? And you're going to go like that, so that it's coming through there like that, through the hips, and then it's got a gentle incline. That'll do. That is a hell of a hill if you've got to climb it. Right, there you go. Boom, boom, boom. And then up it goes to the join, to the border. There, that's one. Now here, what we're going to do is going to go up to the arm. Let's call this the arm, this bit here. And we're going to come up and over like that. So this is going to just sweep out like so. So you go to the arm and you're going to make a hill like that. It's quite strong, that hill, like so. There you are. And then this, we're going to come in like that. And that's all you got to do. Just come up and in like that. There you go. So you've got a hill there, a hill like that, and a hill coming up there. Now to give the distance, watch. So you've got a hill there, yeah? Then you've got a hill coming up like that with the trees on. Butterfly in front. That's her butterfly anyway. But then what we're going to do is bring the path in. See, so the path up here comes to here, then the path gets bigger as it comes forward. So let's have a look. We've done this before when we were in New Mexico. Do you remember? Like that. So it starts up there little and it comes like that. Then it goes down. You've got to pretend. So it's gone like that, and then it's gone like that, and then it's come over here and it's going to keep coming. So now it's a bit wider though here, and then it comes out wider there. See? So it looks like a hill over the hill and far away. Yeah? This would be quite a steep drive. There you go. Like that. So there you go. So you go up and over the hill. And then what we can do, actually I haven't left enough room. Now I've corrected myself. I haven't left enough room for some trees. Right. No. All hail to the rubber. God, what would we do without that, eh? Right, up we go. That'll do, Grace. Stop fiddling. Right, we've got a couple of trees in there. I might put the trees on the other side. Now, we've got some trees on this side, though, here. Okay, in this area. So should we do a couple of trees? Come on, we've got to do this now before we... Right, tree. And then put a tree in there. And then we put another tree there. 3 trees. Put the one in the front first. This is easy. Just do a tree. Right, that one. Then we'll do this one behind it. 2. And then we'll put the other one behind that. A bit further down behind the hill. Okay? So that's that set of 3 trees. And then, of course, you could do a picket fence if you wanted. So do a little picket fence. Like that. And then it gets, as it goes away, it gets tighter. See, because it's further away now. So the picket fence could be quite, it's actually quite some picket fence if you look at the size of the tree. All right, forget it. Just, it's art, not a photograph. There. So that's the picket fence. That's in place. And then what we'll do is, when we pen it, we'll make a little hedgerow so that the road is kind of dipped. So we're going to pen it like that, if you see what I mean. So that the road is behind it. Let me show you up close so you get what I mean. Excuse me a moment. There, you see what I mean? So you know that there's a hedgerow there. It's not just a, yeah, there's a hedge all the way along. Because let's face it, there would be, wouldn't there? In the main, you can have, yeah, do that, and then we could do a couple of little flowers along there, a bit of grass where the strimmer didn't get to, around there. There you go, sorted. Right, so we've done that, we've done that, we've done that. Now, spot the difference. See, I went out here a little bit as well, see? So I went along and then I made a bit of grass. Pretend that you've got a line like that. Let's have a look. Sketchy grass. Right, so as you go along, it's like one of those heartbeat monitors. See? Just go like that. Oh, look, there's still life in the old bird. Look, see? That's the sort of sketch that you're going to do. But then what you do is every now and again, you do a flower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. Do one that way. 1, 2, 3, 4. See? And straight away, you're an artist. So that's all I've done there. So we'll go along. We won't go too far. Make a point so you don't go all the way along. And then do your little heart murmur thing. There you go, that'll do. And then we'll put a couple of flowers in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll do. Bingo. Now, I might do another one there as well. Okay, cool. Little flower there. This is where you start to, because I can still see there's a gap, isn't there, between that and that. So I need to just add a couple of more little flowers, right, tiny ones now. So they could be Marina's, not mine. There, see? Now we're joining the gap. How are we doing for time? This is perfect. Right, are we happy? Are we all right doing this? Be cool. Just think of me, in half an hour's time, I'm going to be dragging grid wall through this SHAC because I've got to go to the exhibition. Be fine. Got some lovely stuff to show you at 3 o'clock. The Holland stamps. Really nice. I've got some lovely samples for the groovy plates as well. Yeah, that we're going to have the pyjama party with. We're definitely going to have a pyjama party. I've just got to figure out a date. Right, come on. Keeping going, keeping going. Now, the only thing that we haven't done, we've done the flowers, check. We've done the border, check. We've done the trees, we've done the hills, we've done the rolling hills. Oh, we haven't done the little trees in the background. I'm going to put a couple of little trees in the back. A tiny little whisper. There you go. Over the back, that'll do. Sorted. Distance, you see. It's called distance. So once we've done that, the only thing we haven't done is let's have a look at the little hearts. If you look at Marina's original artwork, and you'll see there are lots of little tiny hearts. Let's look at this one. See the hearts? You coloured them in yesterday, little green ones. So when we look at this, let's have a look at mine. I've used the hearts as decorations. What we're going to do is look at her hearts and we're going to emulate that same, because there's so many different ways to draw a heart, aren't there? You can do it real pointy at the bottom. Hers are soft. It's almost like they're almost round at the bottom, but not quite. Have a look. Have a look. Well, you've got it in front of you. So have a look at her heart, her hearts, and then you're going to draw them. So they're quite naive, okay? Right, so here we go. So I'm going to put a couple here and a couple there, wherever I think there's a good gap. Like there's a good place to put a heart. There's another good place to put a heart. That one's too pointed, you see? It's got to be softer. Put one, where do I think? I had more opportunities for hearts in my original one. That's a good one. Right, now in here. Heart. This is where you start to build the gap. Tiny little hearts. There you go. They're almost like little pollen, little flashes of pollen. See, you can put them in the air. They don't have to be attached to anything. Put a little heart up here. I'm going to put a heart in there. They're just a nice little flourish, really. Look. Got a couple down here. Another one. Nice. Don't want to overcook it, but I think I could put one in there. I'll make that into a flower. There, see? Little tiny, almost like pollen. Pretty. I might add a couple where she could have. Yeah. There you go. Bingo. Right, now I think we're ready to pen. Yeah? Come on then. You up for this? This is where it gets good. Right, 01 and 05. 005. Was Tiptoe Through the Tulips a Eurovision? Tiptoe Through the Tulips. Was that a Eurovision Song Contest one? I can't remember. Do you remember Tiny Tim? Tiptoe through the tulips. Because we're going to do that this afternoon in Holland. There are some beautiful tulip stamps. I've yet to figure out what we're going to do with them, but we're going to tiptoe through them. We're going to tiptoe through the tulips this afternoon. I've decided. Because I think we need to. Right, number one, and get your, right, let's get it going. Okay, and we're going to go right to where we started penciling. I need a clean piece of paper behind me so I don't get confused. Okay, tiptoe through the tulips. Tiptoe through the tulips. Right, here we go. And this is where you can really see, if you go slowly, the ink has got time to come out of the pen. I know. I studied to figure that out. If you go slowly, the ink has got time, think about this, to come out of the pen. If you go fast, it hasn't. So you've got choices now. You can either get scribbly effects by going fast, which is actually what Marina's done, or you can go slowly and you'll get a much more stylized, solid line. Check it out. So for example, if I've got a pen, let me just do it in scrap, because in a minute we're going to go for it. Right, so say this is my pencil, flower, like that. There's one, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing a petal. Okay, petal. Now I can go slowly, right, and this way, thereby allowing the ink to travel down through the nib, right, perfect. So you get a proper black line. Now, let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this time, I mean, you've got to get your eye in, and then you go faster. And then it looks a lot, you can go even faster, and you'll, or don't press so hard, right? So now, you've got to practice a bit. Let me see if I can, now we're getting there. Get your eye in and practice a bit. Go smaller. And now, what you'll find is, if you don't press so hard and you go faster, you'll get the sketchy idea. Here we go. Now I'm almost hardly touching the paper. So just keep doing it on a piece of scrap until you get the feel. You'll see what I mean. As you go faster and press lighter, you'll get a really sketchy effect. Let's have a look. If you want that. Or you go slowly and you get a perfect line, which is what we always seem to go for. So we're going to go, I'm going to try and get sketchy, okay? Sketchy. See, as soon as you go fast, it just gets sketchier. There you go. Right, sketchy. Yep. So I can always go back if I want to and thicken it up a bit, can't I? Here we go. And I'm doing one petal at a time, so it gives me a bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you see how it's just sketchier. And it's not what we usually, oh, that one went a bit wrong. All right, that's all right though, because what I'll do is I'll go over it again. There you go. So it's almost like you don't want it to be all perfect, because that's not what this is either. Yeah, see? It's working. And this is the other thing is, don't look at it and go, well, this is rubbish, because it's not over yet. It's not finished, is it? It looks like rubbish when you've got pencil marks underneath it and you've just got a load of scratchy little flowers floating around. But we haven't finished yet. We're just getting the outline in. Right, here we go. Now, which pen am I using, you're asking? 01. 01. There you go. It's looking good, Gray. 1, 2. 1, 2. Certainly helps if you... There we are. Cool. It helps if you turn the paper. There you go, I'll finish my sentence then, sorry. 1, 2. Get rid of the lid. 2, 3, 4, 5 little ones. Nice, eh? So, how are you? How many got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little bit dodgy. How are you? You all right? You had your jab yet? Dave has, I haven't. That's all right though. I can wait. There's a lot of people that need it a lot more than I do right now. Right, there we are. 1, 2. Be fine. Tell you what I was going to propose as well next week, if it's all right with you. I think I'm going to put the SHAC bus in the depot for I've got the flowers, just for a week. I'm going to put the SHAC bus in the depot for a week. We're going to have a break for a week next week. And for no other reason, the SHAC's not going anywhere. Really not. Absolutely not. You know, I'll be back on the 1st of March, but I think I need to just park it for a week and step away. I need to roll my sleeves up and help with the picking and the packing. I can't just ignore the avalanche of orders that have come into Clarity Towers. So what I'm going to do is park the SHAC bus up just for next week. I've still got TV. We've got the Groovy Shack is on Tuesday. That was not going anywhere. Paul will still be there, won't you, darling? Yes, you will. So Paul's going to be there on Tuesday for you, with you. And I'm doing the mixed media shows on Hochanda on Friday. But it at least gives me a chance to get into the building, roll my sleeves up, and at least pretend that I'm helping. You know, no, it's another pair of hands, and you know, I'm a quick picker. Once I know where the stuff is, I can go for it. Or even assembly work. But anyway, I just feel that I need to roll my sleeves up and push these orders through rather than sitting up here doodling along in the SHAC. So we're going to park the bus for a week. That will allow many of you to catch up as well. Yeah, it's not just for me. It's not just a selfish thing. I also know that many of you are wanting to catch up with us. So that will give you a week. And I think because it's our 180, I think it's a really good point to stop the SHAC bus, just pump the brakes, slow it down, give us a chance to catch up, give us a chance to do the ironing, pack a few orders, just, you know what I mean? I think so. And then on March the 1st at 10 a.m, put it in your diary, we can crack on again and we'll go somewhere really cool. And that will give me a chance as well. Right, let's move these little, let's do this here. Right, up, sketches, there we go. Do a little flower. See, it really looks like a Fedotova flower. Let's do these butterflies. So I think it's a good idea to just stop for a couple of days, just for a week. Just park the bus, okay? And then, right, this is looking good. Let's get the reeds in. Again, don't go too near the flowers. We can always, doesn't matter if you're out a bit. Like that one's got a bit of a, there we are, look. It's a sketchy thing. It's a sketchy thing. Yeah, I think so. And I know you understand. You understand better than most. It's not that any other reason other than this half-price sale. I need to help. I can't just sit here in my little golden ivory tower and ignore what's happening back at base, okay? I wouldn't be a good boss or friend, would I? If I just let him get on with it there. So that's what I'm going to do. Decision made. Decision made. Right, hearts, little hearts. Nice. Yeah, these are cool. Done that, done that, done that, done that. See, it doesn't take long, this, does it? Hey, should we do the doodle around the outside now? Alrighty. And did you see how I'm travelling the same path as I did? I'm still travelling the same way as I did. Right, here we go. Whee! Okay, round we go. And I can change it as well now. That'll do. Ooh, this is lovely. Now, where am I going here? Ooh, that's changed. That's okay. Right, round we go. Doesn't matter. We're going to rub out what we did before anyway, aren't we? Don't know where I've gone here. Go slowly. But I'm trying to go fast to get it sketchy. Whee! Okay. How are you doing? Did you find this easy? What's that red on there? Where's the red come from, Barbara? Is there blood? I haven't got blood on me, have I? What have I done now? Is that an eraser? Is that erasable? Or have I actually got... I don't know. Don't know. Strange. Right, last little bit. How are we doing for time? Oh, there we go. Oh, we've got plenty of time. Do you know, we're going to finish this. How exciting. Isn't it fun how you can just let go and doodle? There we go. A couple of hearts. It's not hard, is it? It's not hard, is it? Right, and then, where's my one that I did? Oh, I did some of these dots as well, because I thought that looked quite good. I might have overcooked it a bit, but I thought if I could just get these little little circles, like little bubbles, but they're like, it's quite a, do a little cluster of them. Don't know where that blood's come from. It's not blood, is it? Just a couple of little, like that. These pens are ideal. Do you know what? Let me try a thinner pen. Maybe that that might help. Yeah. Okay, thinner pen. Thinner old dried up pen. There you go. You know when your micron pens get a bit dry, what you want to do is put them in the Marina Fedotova sketchy art box. Now let's do the hills. The hills. We've got to do this one first. So along we go. Like that. I'm doing it with the thin pen. Yeah. That's it. That's cool. Come back down again with the hill. All that I've forgotten there. There's a... And the last thing we're going to do with the thin pen is the... Actually, I need the thick pen for the hills, don't I? Come on, Gray. Right, here we go. So we're going to come along here, stop, make a little thing, come back along there, like that. And then miss her out. That'll do. Then we're going to come right along there, stop, come along there. Don't forget we've got a couple of trees there now that are going to be in front. But in front of the trees are the picket fence. So this is where we need a thin one again. Oh, these are so good though, I've got to say, these pens. They're an Illustrator pen, you know, then there's no doubt about that. That is what they are. Right, now we're going to sketchy. That'll do. And we just put a couple of wires in here. Oh, that's not going to keep any sheep in, is it, Barbara? It's all right. Artistic license. Right, now let's have a look. Tree next. Up comes the trunk. And then we're going to just go for it. There you go. Funky tree. Guess who designed the tree plates in the Groovy Starter Kit? Go on, no prizes. That'll do. There we are. And then we can come down here. But what I'll do is, as I come down here, I'm going to judder a little bit so that it looks a bit more, yeah, like a hedgerow. There you go. Come down, just judder. You probably do it anyway. There you go. Like that. Just judder along. Could do a couple of little, see? Do a couple of little flowers. They'd be big flowers if they're that far away. Cool. Didn't take long, did it? Now, the last thing we want to do, but I've got a suggestion. Get your eraser now. God, my neck. God, stonking headache. I don't know what's going on. Never mind. Be all right. Next thing is we need a rubber, and we're just going to clear the pencil from the flowers before we put the final sketch in. Okay? Because here it's a little bit on the busy side. We don't really know what we've got going on. So let's rub out the pencil work so we know. Shall we? That'll work. Then we'll see what we've got. Tidy it up a bit. Definitely got to do this before you colour in that, haven't you? But look how it looks pretty cool when you do this. Cool, yeah. How's yours looking? Are you pleased with it? I can see what I've missed as well. Pretty sketchy flowers, eh? Nice though. Come on, while we've got rubber in our hands. What's the time? 3 minutes to 11. Come on, we can do this. No rush. You can take your time and do it later. But I just want to show you how cool this looks when you get rid of all the pencil lines. Pink rubber. Be careful though that you don't hit the wood when you're rubbing out. Actually, what I usually use to do that is this. Just in case I am bleeding. I don't know where that's come from. So, 180. Who's been with me since the start, eh? Who's been with me since the start of our little SHAC journey? It's been a while. Did you know it's been nearly a year? Nearly a year. Mad, isn't it? Hmm? It's all right, though. It's all right, you know. It's all about adaptability, isn't it? The ability to adapt. To make the most of a situation, whatever it may be. And I think that we've done okay here in the SHAC. We've done loads, really. Oh, see, when you take the pencil lines out, you can see the bits you've missed. That's not bad. Right, so I can see at a glance, I need to put the road in, because that looks pretty weird. Right, and then I've got little flowers. Have a look here. Pretty cool. Yeah, take your time. Don't rush it. But what we're going to do now is these flowers. So you'll see my flowers here, they look a lot busier, don't they? But it's because I've put sketches in. So for example, in the flower, what I've done is I've gone from the inside and I've just, not that much. Let me get the right pen. It's the little one. And you're just going to make a kind of a little scribble. It doesn't have to be lots. Don't overcook it. So for example, here, maybe on this particular petal, I'll just do that. And then I'll bring a little bit down that side there. If I feel it's a bit big around the edge, see, I just do that. So here, again, a little bit of a scribble. Don't have to do loads, and it doesn't have to be every petal, just a couple. But what it will do is, just work your way around. You can do some a bit busier, like that. That was already got a little bit going on around the middle. Just scratch a couple of sketches. There we go, look. Is that okay? Really lightly and fast. And I'm using the thinnest pen as well to do this. God, that neighbour is irritating with his building. If you were on nights, you wouldn't be happy. Right, there you go. So we're going to put the centres in there, like that. Well, I hope you can join me at 3 o'clock in the moment of clarity when we go to which exhibition are we going to meet you at? Do you know that it's almost a year to the day that we went to Glasgow? Hilda, do you remember? Glasgow, yeah. That was the last exhibition we've been to. I said to Dave the other day, our art boards. Do you remember our art boards at the exhibitions? We used to put up the most beautiful sample boards. And people used to come along, take photographs, and it was just for inspiration. And I haven't looked at those art boards in nearly a year now, since we came back from Scotland. They all got tissue wrapped, all wrapped in bubble wrap, put in a cupboard, and that's where they've been for a year. That's how long we've been unable to leave. There you go, unable to do exhibitions. So, can you believe that we actually finished that? Do you like see the flowers? See, the thing is that those silly scribbles that we've just added to the flowers, what that'll do is, when you go to put your blush of colour on there, it will really help you add shade. There. So it's very simple, very easy, but the point is that you can't really tell the difference. Let's have a look at the one I did earlier. You can't tell the difference between where the original artwork in the centre finishes and our doodles continue. And that really was the object of the exercise. So I hope that you enjoyed that. Now don't forget, Groovy download straight away. Groovy Tuesday next week. Moment of clarity at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Holland, 28 And then next week we're going to put the bus in the depot, the SHAC bus, until the 1st of March. Okay? So stay tuned, stay safe, and I'll see you at 3 o'clock, I hope. Thanks for your help, Paul. Lots of love. Bye-bye now.